Hello friends, how are you? This is Dr. Shinagi, Ayurveda and Medicine doctor and also Isha Hatha Yoga teacher. So today in this video we are going to talk about which food is good, oily food or food without oil, because this is the most frequently asked question which people keep asking, like we should take oily food is so unhealthy, Ayurveda recommends oily food. And there are other set of people also, they are saying like we are eating raw food for so long, or we are cooking food without oil and it suits us, but after 2 years they see like this food we don't like, we are losing fats in our body and we are losing weight. What to do? So please make a video about it so that we can see when to eat oily food, what are the benefits of oily food, and when we should eat raw food or food without oil, and what are the benefits. So let's see what Ayurveda has to say about it. As you know, in Ayurveda there is a word called you should have snigdha ahara. That means when you are eating food there should be some snigdha means some oiliness in the food. But this doesn't mean like Ayurveda says like you eat excess oil, your vegetables should be dipped in oil. No, they are just saying snigdha. Snigdha means little bit oiliness should be there in the food. Why? Because it is very healthy for balancing the vata dosha. This kind of food is very balancing for vata dosha. And all those people who have excess of vata dosha or whose prakriti is more of a vata body type, their food should contain little bit of oil. When I am saying oil, that doesn't mean the oil that is sprinkled from the top, but the food that is been cooked in oil. And as you know, if you see my recipes on my channel, there are lentil cooking recipe, vegetable cooking recipe, in which you are first heating oil to the smoking point, and then you are when it reaches to certain smoking point, then you add spices into it, and after that you cook any vegetable or lentil into it. So this is a Ayurveda way of cooking. So when Ayurveda says that you take snigdha ahara, that doesn't mean like you make food and above that sprinkle some oil. That is not snigdha ahara. That kind of oily cooking is not recommended in Ayurveda. In Ayurveda, oily cooking is recommended, but there is a traditional way of cooking it. As I said, like first you heat the oil and then make it reach to the smoking point, and then add some spices into it, whatever spices are needed according to your body type, and then you put some vegetable or some lentil or anything, whatever you want to cook, and make it properly cooked. And little bit oil, just 2-3 spoons of oil is good enough for vegetable for 2-3 members in the family. So it is not, when we say Ayurveda cooking, that doesn't mean like you will eat like one big spoon of oil and so much vegetable, and vegetable should be dipped in oil. This kind of oil is definitely very unhealthy. But there is a procedure of proper cooking in Ayurveda, like how much oil is needed for one person. For one person, half teaspoon of oil is needed in his vegetable, even less than that. So this measurement will come with practice. It is not when Ayurveda says snigdha ahara, then you should just put too much oil in the vegetable. That is not recommended in Ayurveda. And the oils that are being recommended in Ayurveda, they are organic and pure, like sesame oil, mustard oil, coconut oil and groundnut oil. All these oils are only recommended in Ayurveda according to the weather. Like north of India, it is more of the colder place, so they recommend more of a mustard oil in north region of India. In south if you go, it's very hot weather, so it's been recommended to cooking in coconut oil or groundnut oil. So mostly coconut oil. So it depends, these kinds of oils are recommended, but that also recommended in a very small quantities, not big quantities. The oily cooking, this kind of oil is very vata balancing. It and as you know, in Ayurveda, cooked food is, there is a trend of having cooked food. It's been recommended that you eat cooked food, and in cooked food that should be cooked in a specific way which absorb all the properties of herbs, all the properties of spices, all the properties of oil. This way it should be consumed and eaten, like there is a specific way, not like in a bowl you cook everything and above that you just put 2-3 drops of oil. This is not called Ayurveda cooking, and this kind of cooking is not recommended. If you want to add something, then you can add only ghee. Instead of oil you can also use ghee, and if you want to cook in a way like boil first and then if you want to add something, yeah, you can add only ghee. And if you want to add spices, like now it also question comes, you are eating with spices or without spices. Best way to eat with spices in oil cooking, but in some ghee also some people add spices, but ghee has a very quick smoking point. So if you are not expert in cooking in Ayurveda cooking, cooking in ghee will be very tricky for you. But oils, they have slow smoking points, so there is enough time that you can manage Ayurveda cooking very well. And above your lentil or vegetable, if you want to add something to make it oily, you can add only ghee, not oil. So oil is recommended in Ayurveda, but it should be having properties of spices, because spices are cooked in that oil, and this is how the oil absorb the properties of spices if you put spices in at its smoking point. So there is a whole science behind it, and if you want to know what I am speaking, there are many cooking videos on my channel. You can watch any of my cooking video and you can figure out what exactly I want to say. Like this lentil cooking video, kidney beans cooking video is there, vegetable cooking is there, so you please check it out, like vegan cooking or like this. Another question is, then why it has been recommended that oil-less cooking is healthy? Oil-less cooking is healthy for those people who have already a lot of fat in their body, a lot of cholesterol levels, very high LDL, low density lipids. So to those people it's been recommended it's better you eat without oil, because of sedentary our lifestyle. When we do a lot of sedentary lifestyle, as you know, a lot of lipid profile get disturbed, and then heart also become alarming, like arteriosclerosis, atherosclerosis, all these kind of problems. When it happens, it's been recommended you prefer having food without oil. But in these cases also it's been said like you should have without oil but not without ghee. Little bit ghee you can use even in these cases. And now those type of people come who don't want to eat at all oil. So these are those set of people who want to lose weight quickly. If you want to lose weight quickly, you just boil vegetable and you avoid using any kind of ghee or oil in it if you want to lose weight, because this kind of food will be beneficial to enhance Vata dosha, and Vata dosha acts opposite to Kapha dosha, which is responsible for enhancing your weight. So if you want to lower down your cholesterol levels, if you want to lower down your LDL, in all these cases you should avoid cooking in oil or even ghee. A little bit of ghee you can use, but that's too above. But oily cooking you should avoid, and in these cases it has been recommended that you eat more of a boiled food or raw food. Now in Ayurveda, raw food is not recommended. In Ayurveda, raw salads and fruits are been recommended. Vegetables raw, it's not recommended. You should cook them well and then eat. Lentils and everything should also be cooked and then eat. Wheat also should be cooked or boiled and then you should consume. This is in Ayurveda it's been recommended, but fruits, salads, it's been recommended that you can eat raw. Raw in the sense ripe but uncooked. So if you have certain diseases, now it comes the set of diseases. Certain set of diseases are there in which your LDL, like low density lipid profile, is disturbed. So in these cases you should avoid oils, avoid oily cooking. Ghee still little bit can be used, but ghee should be homemade, very authentic, very original, not market ghee just to enhance taste. This kind of ghee you can use because ghee is also very beneficial in your metabolism and balancing your digestive fire. Ghee balances all the three doshas and it's very good, but excess of ghee still it's not recommended, just little bit of ghee is recommended. Oil in these cases you should avoid, but all other people they can use oil but not in excess quantities, limited quantities. Excess of oil is not recommended in Ayurveda. It should be just this much, that it should not be visible in your vegetable. This kind of oil is recommended in Ayurveda, not that kind of oil in which in hotels if you see people are serving the vegetable and curries has oil floating over it. This kind of oil is not recommended in Ayurveda. So that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you're watching me for the first time, there is a bell icon, there is a subscription button. Please click the bell icon, hit the subscription button so that you stay in tune with our upcoming videos. Also, if you would like to support us, there is a join button near subscription button. You can click this join button and you can support us. Those of you who want Ayurveda consultations, please write to me on this given email ID and I will let you know how we can schedule it. If you have any questions, please write down those questions in the comment section. I will try to answer your questions in the best possible way. So with this note, I would like to say stay healthy, stay blessed, take care. Bye.